Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We have Electric Light Orchestra, Tightrope, a request by Ron. Thank you so much for this request and donation. I have been reacting to quite a few songs by ELO. I've been doing Out of the Blue, their album, in order. We're almost nearing the end there, so we're going to take a little side quest today and check out Tightrope. I believe this is the opening track to their album, New World Record. Another interesting title. All right, let's jump in, man. Tightrope.
This ain't some days you're gonna win. This ain't some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get off your tightrope up there, come out on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around, I was heading down on somebody throw me down the line.
Wow. Wow. Now that's how you open an album. Like the beginning of that darkness, but then also the strings, and this is like a classical piece mixed with rock and roll, and that is Electric Light Orchestra, man. Oh man, and I'm starting to sense, and understand the name of this band too, Electric Light Orchestra. You have the orchestra in there, you have a choir in there, like some of the classical pieces, it feels grand, it feels full, the sound, their mixing and production is incredible. On the other album too, it's so complex. There's so much going on. Like if you had to deconstruct every little piece of their songs, that you just it never ends. And you hear the clapping in there, you hear the harmonies in there, you hear the choir, you hear there's so much going on. Then you have great vocals, uh, and great writing as well by Jeff. It's amazing. This tightrope, almost representing that imperfect balancing act that we're trying to do, or we fool ourselves into that. We think we got all the balls up in the air, but actually, if people are looking from the outside, saying you're not really doing the best job, you better come down, okay? Which is what I got. This narrator, sometimes coming up with some of the cliches people say. Oh, some days you gotta win, some days you're gonna lose. It is what it is. This is this. No, that's from the Deer Hunter. This is this. This is this. Remember that scene? Oh god, it's hilarious. So yeah, he said, "I got news for you, man. You're losing all the time. You're stuck in defeatism, basically. That's what life is. Sometimes it feels that way, does it? Doesn't it? Oh man, that's so good. You better. I got to put you down with both feet on the ground so you can see reality. You may be out of touch on your tightrope up there, right? Because you think you're doing a great job. Let me tell you, some great lyrics, man. And then again, he's some days you got to give, some days you got to take, but roll it over, and then you'll see. So maybe, all right, think it, overthink it, or rethink it, reframe it, uh, critically, maybe, and maybe you'll see that you need to make a change and adjust. Really, really great song, man. And then, of course, my favorite lines was the change from night to day is really only hours. So it can happen pretty quick, the change from night to day, and the other way around too. It's just along the line. Can't you see the sign? So your life can slip away from you unnoticed if you ignore some of the signs, that you're not really present. And then suddenly you stop and you look, hey, where have all the years gone? Where's my bank account? What happened to the balance on my bank account? Because you just ignored some signs, and things can slip away from you if you're not aware and conscious and really in the moment and stuff. Man, their you know writing is on such an amazing level. Jeff Lynne's writing, his vocals, this production, their music, the compositions, it's just all so high tier. Every element is amazing. I just need to hear that opening again. It's like, how did they come in with this? Like, I can imagine being somebody, waiting for their next album, putting this on. I guess there was no disappointment here, huh? Come on, come on. I'm assuming assumptions kill, but come on. I'm assuming I'm right too. Like, this comes on, it already is like, what's gonna happen, right? You're sitting there next to the radio, next to the headphones, like, oh, this is the new world record. So cinematic too, dramatic. Oh, come on, man. Oh, forget about it, man. That's awesome. Now that's how you open an album. I can imagine me living in that time and just running home with this album and putting it on, like, ooh, and then you hear this, like, how? Incredible. Well, yeah, definitely gonna have to continue with this album as well, but maybe I'll finish the other one first. But man, ELO is my jam, man. ELO is my jam. Thank you so much for the introduction and for spending some time with me. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Peace. Hey, this video isn't over. I hadn't had enough of this guy's face, or if you've already sat through this message, you can click away. That's why I put it at the end, not at the beginning or in the middle of a video to disrupt it. But here I am, hat in hand. Well, if I had a hat, I would have it in my hand. Uh, Subscriber count. That's a vanity metric. I know. I'm not above vanity, but I do uh, want to ask you if you're feeling generous and if you made it this far in the video and if you already watched a few of my videos and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're nearing, that 100K mark, and you get that shiny silver play button. And dads aren't cool to their kids. You know that. Uh, but maybe, just maybe, I would get 5 minutes of coolness if I could show that silver play button to my daughter. She loves YouTube, of course, like all kids. And if her daddy would have that, it would be daddy cool until she sees this video. Then it's over. But until that day, I would truly, truly appreciate it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.